It's a good thing I'm not a mango. Let's go with knight f3 in this one, just to switch it up a bit. It's hard to win an equal work endgame. Yeah, I was up a pawn though, so not necessarily equal, but shouldn't be too much of a problem. All right, bishop g2. He might play e5. Okay, we're just going to castle. We're ahead on development, but black does have extra space in the center. We're going to play c4 pretty soon, though. Probably right now. I think it's fine. Do I play the bingo? Yes, that's one of my favorite openings, actually. So I definitely play the bingo. So c4, attacking d5, threatening it. Well, not threatening. It's not a threat, but trading. Once I trade there, it kind of looks like almost like a Yugoslav or a Sicilian dragon with the colors reversed. All right. So I think we just take. The knight takes back, and we'll play knight c3. Pressuring the knight. The knight probably is going to retreat. Maddie, what do I recommend against the English? Against the English, I usually play the symmetrical, which is kind of, they play c4, I play c5. I kind of do some symmetrical stuff. That's typically what I do. Not all the time, but that's personally what I do. Okay, plays bishop e6. I feel like knight g5 is kind of a weird move, but it actually is a possible idea here. Knight g5, knight takes c3, takes. It gets very complicated. And I don't really want to be too complicated. We're going to play a3. Keep the pieces off b4, play queen c2, play knight e4, something along those lines. e5 versus English is pretty good. Yeah, that's also another perfectly fine way to play. Okay, he takes. I'm gonna take back. With the b pawn or with the d pawn? With the b pawn or the d pawn? I think the d pawn is okay. Now I can play like knight g5 next move. Knight a5 here though is actually a decent move. Okay, he doesn't play it. I think I'm gonna play knight g5 though. Pressure this bishop, see where it decides to go. Where will you go, bishop? Okay, plays bishop to d7. I'm going to play queen to c2, threatening the queen takes h7 checkmate. So he should play g6, probably, or f5, g6 or f5. If he plays f5, though, it opens up a big diagonal toward his king, and I can actually win material here. Let's go queen b3 check, the king's going to move, and then knight f7 check. Okay, so I'm up the exchange. And I have pressure on this bishop, pressure on this pawn, pressure on the knight. How is he going to relieve the pressure? Not too easy for him here. And also, my queen really can't get kicked out very easily. If he plays bishop to e8, I take the pawn on f5. That's really the only way to kick it out. So, pretty good here for white. Next, I'll play probably rook to d1, maybe bishop to g5. Okay, he plays queen c8. He wants to play bishop e6. I do have to be a little bit careful about getting my queen trapped back here. That would not be good at all. think we're just going to retreat the queen. Let's go back to b3. Retreat the queen to see what black does. Okay, plays bishop b6. I could play bishop d5 to trade off bishops, maybe. I think that's fine. Trading material when I'm up material, or trading when I'm up material, pretty much the general idea most of the time. So I am also threatening bishop takes e6, so the bishop's got to do something. All right, take. Queen d7, okay. We're gonna go bishop to. Actually, let's just go rook d1. Keep the queen defended. Bishop g5 to hit the rook. And I think we could just go b4. Just gaining some space on the queen side at this point. Bishop e3. Bishop c5 next move to attack the pinned bishop. Bishop c5. Was bishop h6 working there instead of queen b3? I'll check what move you're referring to in just a moment. Let me just finish this guy off real quick. You mean instead of queen to b3 check is what you're saying? Oh, wow. Okay. Maybe that was a mouse slip. Yeah, that must have been a mouse slip. He must have meant the pawn. Oh, that was the lag. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, still lies here. Fix your pre-moves? Yeah, that wasn't my pre-move. That was his. Maybe he messed up there. Okay, so I play c4, take. Now it's kind of like a reverse Sicilian. Like I'm playing the Sicilian. You could pretty much say, okay, let's flip the colors. Something like this. Notice how that's very similar to this. Right? Pretty similar. Maybe not exactly the same, but you know, flip the board and it looks kind of like the similar idea there. All right. Anyways, so knight c3 there, a3, take. The idea with a3, I wanted to play queen c2 and then knight e4 without having a piece come to b4 to hit my queen. He took, I took back. Played knight g5, played queen b3. His best defense is definitely g6. Now there's no problems on this diagonal. But he has weakened his king side a little bit. I would have played like rook d1 probably, and then knight e4. f5 is not very good though. We got the check. Knight b3 or check there. You were saying was bishop h6 working there instead of queen b3? Bishop h6. Oh, that would have been a very interesting move, actually. Takes, check here, and then bishop d5. Oh, very interesting idea. It does look like that would have actually worked. He doesn't have to take the bishop, though. I guess he could play bishop f8. But then you play bishop d5, and he plays knight e7. He can still hold on, but definitely an interesting idea. Yeah, definitely an interesting idea there, Mr. Farbrains. That definitely looks like it works out. But I guess black is not forced to take by any means. Anyways, we go back to b3. We trade off some pieces. We pin some stuff. We pin some more stuff. Trade off some stuff. He definitely should just take with the pawn or with the rook. And then I was just going to go, probably just double the rooks up. And then white's still better. It's going to take a little bit of work to win the game, but white is definitely better here. As long as he doesn't do anything silly. Oh, you mean mine keeps canceling? Oh, okay. I hope you enjoyed a confused draft. Yeah. Hope to see you on the next stream. Think I'm just fidgety. Sometimes that's it. Okay, so at this point though, I would have just spent up the exchange and winning. But unfortunately, he blundered the queen. He was down on time too, so pretty easy to win here. Okay, we're up to 1643. Let's at least get maybe